Well, Robert O'Dean, we have a great interview with us today.
Yes,
Tell
we
us,
do.
my friend, who do we have with us today?
We have this young man from back east that is making some noise in what we call the gospel music industry. Ladies and gentlemen, this young man is on fire for the Lord and comes from good stock. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Asaun Bynum. Welcome to the Wake Up Morning Show.
Hey, good morning. How you guys doing?
Man, we are blessed and we're honored to have you.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Well, I'm just going to be just straight up with you, brother.
Straight up.
I don't have a beef with you on this
No
morning.
beef?
I don't have no beef. I just want,
You
I
gonna be
need
nice
some.
today?
Well, I'm always nice, brother.
Oh, nice nasty.
No, Robert
Okay.
O'Dean. We got company. I need you to just,
Okay.
act right.
Let me bring give
Praise
me
the
joy.
Lord.
We
I
bring
just
it
want to
in.
just come right towards you, my brother, and just ask a couple questions about who are you, who your people is, where you're from, and you got a legendary name on the back end of your name.
Yes.
Are you connected to that legend? I think that we done had little delays.
Point.
All right.
Oh, okay. I apologize. I said the reception is going in and out. But yeah, I am Asaun Bynum. I am an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing what God has called me to do. You said I have a famous name. My dad is Mr. Earl Bynum.
Wait a
And
minute,
so
wait a minute.
yeah,
You Earl's son?
You Earl son?
Hey nephew,
yes,
how
sir.
you doing?
Yes,
How
sir.
Right.
you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Man, okay. We had to do that.
Right,
We
right.
we had to do that.
I know. I know. Hey, I'm with it. I enjoy it all the time. It's all good.
All right, so I'm just gonna ask the question because your daddy little brown skin and you don't came out light skin. You got stories to tell
He
us?
hit that light. He's in between. Kind of caramel.
No, he ain't even caramel. He on that light side like he ain't got no sun this year.
You know what? So I actually have not been in the sun all summer. So you are right. Normally I am, but my mother is very fair skinned. So yeah,
Well, praise the Lord, praise the
Praise
Lord.
him.
Again, coming from a legendary father that is literally changing the industry
Hmm.
every time that he comes forth. He's a hard worker,
Yes.
yes.
and coming into that lineage. Let's just talk about how you have made your own journey in
Okay.
this music industry.
It's not been
Give it a little pause, right quick.
as fair, no, whatever. They don't know that, the conversations that we have are not necessarily what people see and, get to be in tune to, if that
Hmm.
makes sense.
Hmm.
It's difficult at times. He has an opinion, I have an opinion, and I've grown into a man, and I'm not the little kid anymore. So, difference of opinion, but we've figured out a way to navigate it and come together. I definitely respect everything that he does and all that he has contributed to me and to the industry. And so, I see him now taking my perspectives and processing it and listening to me. Whereas back in the day, it was like, you gonna do it this way and hush your mouth.
Right, right, right.
So it's been good. It's a journey though. It's definitely been something that has helped me to grow and develop. So I appreciate it.
So when did you decide that you wanted to be a solo artist? Because it's different when you're on your own.
Um, so the thing is, I mean, and I'll just be honest, I've always dealt with confidence issues.
All of us.
So that's just been something that I've had to work on, my entire life, even being in the military and, having people that you supervise and you have to turn into this person. Just being in the limelight has been it's been very scary at times, being on the stage and you can do stuff, but you get up there and you just get tongue tied of the lights and
Hmm.
all of that type of stuff. So I've just been able to navigate it as best as I know how. I decided that I mean, I won't say I decided, the Lord decided, I want to be deep,
Yeah.
that this was something that I needed to do. Because if I had my way, I'd have been like, nah, because I mean, I know what I've dealt with being in front of people.
Yes.
But I felt this since I was about 5, 6 years old. And so, I walked it real slow. Some people just jump straight into it and they
Hmm.
like, oh, but I walked it slow. And so I'm still evolving, still growing, still learning, still fine tuning things,
Hmm.
and stepping out as an artist versus being a worship leader. People see me as an artist, and I'm a little more subdued than I would be if I'm leading worship. And
Right.
so I'm navigating that space of being able to bring that charismatic persona to
Hmm.
my artistry. So yeah.
So let me ask you, by being a worship leader and being underneath your father's direction, and now you're no longer a boy, but you're a man. Let's just talk about some of the travels and things you were able to do growing up that has shaped you into the artist that you are today.
Okay. Definitely been there watching that from a young age, just doing what he's doing and being able to pick up on things. I'm very analytical at times.
Hmm.
So, I can see things and I can pick it up, but when it comes to music, I want to be able to apply it. So even though I know I can do it, if I'm on stage, I'm just being honest, it'll be a little bit of hesitancy at times because it's like, well, I know I can do this, but I don't want to be out here looking stupid
Right.
because the Saints can be critical.
Yes. Yes,
Um,
sir.
and so I've definitely had to navigate that as well, and you know just be the person that I need to be as far as evolving, being a man now, being that artist, and taking what I've learned as the worship leader and really putting it into the artistry, putting it into who I am. Because I'm a very smooth singer. I can definitely church you and all of that stuff. But sometimes as an artist, I don't want to have to do all of that. But I realize
Yeah.
I still need to bring that same intensity
Hmm.
to my ministry performances. So I'm still learning. I'm still learning. Just doing what I got to do to become better each and every day.
Well, I like that you have your own identity. Your last name is Bynum, but you're your own person. How did military influence your discipline in this industry? Because people, it's not for the faint.
Um, I think that my military discipline has influenced me to where I'm persistent and I don't give up. So even if I may not succeed at things initially, I'm going to continue to do what I need to do in order to get it done because that's what we do in the military. There's no failure. You may have moments where you don't achieve exactly what you want to achieve, but you still have to do what you need to do to persevere and get to the desired outcome.
That's good. That's good.
So let me ask you this question, sir,
Mhm.
and it's gonna sound funny, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Now
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm Leonard James Thompson III. They call me Dr. LT. So
Yes,
there's
sir.
other folks that have donned my name first. What was your nickname growing up as a young man? Did you have a nickname? Like what did they say? Oh, that's Junebug over there.
So no, I know people, it's nothing major or anything like that. I've had several nicknames, so I'll give you one because I don't like the other. But it's real simple. I mean, I'll give you two. So it either be Son or Ant. And I'm just like, Ant, I'm just like, oh, okay. So I go with it, and I just, nothing major, nothing crazy. Just Son or Ant. And I'm like, bet. And so I've been rocking with it for a very long time.
All right. Now I want to ask a question, and maybe I'm getting older, so I don't remember everything. But while you
Okay.
were in the military, did something traumatic happen to you while you were in the military?
I mean, there's been a lot of traumatic.
Okay.
You said which one?
Right. Which one
Because
you
I
talking about?
remember
Which one
your
you
dad.
remember?
I remember your dad saying that he wanted us to pray for you. I don't know if you
Hmm.
had been deployed or something, but he wanted us to pray for you, and he said that you were in the military. So I can't remember
Well,
if you got injured or
I
if you were being
mean,
deployed.
I've had a few things happen. Definitely deployed, multiple times,
Wow.
been in war zones, stuff like that, and having to deal with that. Um, I I've dealt with some, things physically, and surgeries, and then I do remember that I had a terrible car accident where I almost
That's
That
it.
was
That's
that
it.
was it.
That's it right there. Okay, you froze this a little bit, but
It's
hopefully we'll
okay.
get you back.
traumatic. That was one of my very first things in dealing with something that was real personal. It's
Hmm.
like, oh, I could have been checked out for real, for real. I've been in situations prior to that, but I think that was a
Hmm.
very surreal feeling in a moment, especially when I was so far away from home and so far away from my family. And it was just like, oh wow, when you look back and you think about it, you're like, man. It's like, oh, you was almost gone. But God and his mercies and angel
Yes.
armies kept me safe. And I just thank God for the blood and family praying for me and extended family friend and people
Hmm.
just keeping me covered, just
Hmm.
being in the military in general, and then being a far away deploying different things because we encounter so much in the military that people don't really realize,
Yes.
and we go through a lot physically and mentally.
Hmm.
So it's been a lot, but I'm here and I'm grateful, and God is keeping me,
Yeah.
and I'm yet alive.
And
Hallelujah.
in that actuality, once you said that, that's what he asked us to pray
That's what it
for.
was. The
When
Okay.
you
car
have a car
accident.
accident,
Hmm.
Yeah.
as you know, we, as the family of gospel music, we connect with each other, and we don't remember everything, but eventually you'll say something, but like, oh wait a minute, hold on,
Yes, sir. Yes,
that's
sir.
it. One of the things I love about who you have become is that your dad is always on 10, and so it's
He's very
almost
laid back.
it's
You're very
almost
laid
like
back.
you're just the
Just
opposite,
the
and
opposite.
I can see how working together it balances you off. But then word on the street is that when you take the stage, sometimes as praise and worship leader, you own 29.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm really trying to navigate how to really bring that to my artistry, what I do as a praise and worship leader. Because I feel like, you get the vibe of the audience for church. When you go into church on a Sunday, you ready, well, you should be.
Yes.
You're ready to experience worship and praise collectively, you know what I'm saying? And so, you really vibe off of that energy and the expectancy that people have for God to move within their lives.
Hmm.
And I think for me, it's so great to be able to be in a space where everybody's on one accord. We're looking for God to move. We don't know how he's going to move. And, we're just waiting to see what he's going to do. I'm the kind of person, I want us to go in. I want the people to be laid out. I want folk to be prophesying. I want, demons to be, expelled from
Hmm.
folks and all kind of
Hmm.
stuff. Like I'm just used to that type of stuff. Like I've seen it, been in those atmospheres. And then, with me being an intercessor, it's like, I'm quick to be like, okay, y'all got it. I'm singing, in the background, singing BGVs or all this stuff. All right, y'all got it. Make sure my people covered, and I'm gonna go down there and do what God tells me to do as far as my assignment and praying for folks and stuff like that. So, when I'm on stage as a worship leader, it's a difference. I really am trying to, bring it to the artistry, and I think I'm doing better at it. And I know God is working on me with what I think and how I think.
Hmm.
But yeah, when I'm in those moments, they can definitely be very 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 charismatic, very churchy, very go in, do what you need to do, just very impactful. And I'm not saying I don't have artistry moments like that. It's just that doing praise and worship, it's always there. It's like consistent. So I need that consistency to roll over into the artistry. Yeah.
Now I'm gonna ask this question because we talk a lot about your dad, but share a
Mhm.
little bit about your mom because I know your
Okay.
mom had a big impact on who you are.
Ah, yeah, that you trying to make me cry. Don't do that. So mom is, that's my girl.
Hmm.
I really love my mother. I appreciate everything that she has done, her hard work, her sacrifices, and the fact that, I think people don't think enough about things like this, but the fact that she didn't give up, she
Yeah.
could have aborted me. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I think different than other folks, as you can see.
Hmm.
She could have aborted me. She could have gave up. She could have been like, "Hey, I'm done with this. I don't want to be bothered." I know people that have had children, and once they have them, they have no connection. I'm just like, wow. So I thank God that she had a connection, and the fact that she's also a singer and gifted. And
Hmm.
so, when I hit the high notes and stuff like that, like I literally sound like my mother.
Hmm.
So it's kind of weird to me. I'm like, first of all, I'm a man. She's
Right.
a woman. How is it that I'm hitting this note and it sounds like her?
Right.
So my tribute to her for myself and to her, which brings me comfort, is being able to sing higher at moments within songs and stuff like that and hit these notes, every so often because it reminds me of her. It
Hmm.
reminds me of, what she's done, her sound and, her smile and stuff like that. But, mom is a very, very, very loving person. She's no nonsense now. But that's my girl, and I appreciate her and I thank her for her sacrifices and all that she's done for me. Yeah.
What I'm impressed with is the total package of you.
Oh, wow.
You're a prayer warrior. Young people your
Yeah.
age are not necessarily like you. You have an old soul. I'm listening to you, and everything about you, you can tell that you were raised around church folk, like myself. I can
Yes, sir.
identify. And I would say to you, from an artist to an artist, just do whatever God gives you at the moment. You you're gonna reach who God wants you to reach, but that's by being yielded and being a vessel. There are gonna be times that God will have you do things you didn't even think you would do. So yes, you are evolving, but don't put so much pressure to do artistry a certain way and worship a certain way. It's all who you are, so it's a part of your presentation.
Okay.
And
I
then,
received that.
and then last but not least, I'll say this: from the radio business and from the radio station, we see you.
We see you.
We don't see, we're not seeing you through your daddy's eyes.
Mm-mm.
We see you, and so we want you to know that your gift is making room for you,
Yes.
and always realize that our parents come before us to kind of make our pathway
Yes, sir.
easier,
Yes, sir.
but it is not that they're going to carry us through.
Mm-hmm.
We ultimately have to get to where God can use us fully,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where you're at now.
Yeah.
God is taking you to
Wow.
that next level. And he's saying, don't be afraid. Don't worry about people comparing you and everything else of that nature. They're going to first off say, look, your hair is short. Your daddy's hair is all over the place.
Right.
Everything.
And that's
And
funny. I get that.
yeah. And they go
And you
tease
yellow.
and everything. You
Yeah.
yelling like
You're
your
light
mama.
skinned. Right.
So, but no, the
Listen, it's
biggest
a lot
thing
of
is
comparison. Yeah.
at the end of the day, you're the best of both worlds.
Yes.
But you are yet you. And we're
Yes, sir.
excited about you. And
Yes.
Thank you.
so when
Wow.
you come, realize that the industry, everybody has to see you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're
Yes, sir.
excited about, is that we're seeing you, not baby boy anymore. This is a grown man now.
On a mission,
Yeah.
Yes,
doing
I'm
yes,
God's work.
trying.
yeah.
Keep letting God use you, because the doors are gonna fly open based on what you do. And
Yes.
I think that we're gonna see the best yet. I mean, I'm just sitting here talking. I'm like, wow, he's very intelligent. And it's good you went to the military, because the military teaches things that we normal people don't get. So you have the best of both worlds in that aspect as well. And who knows, God may tell you to start going and singing at the military bases. No artist is really doing that. You can do it because you've been there, and you know
Yeah.
that they need ministry. You can fly all over the world
Uh,
to these
yes.
military bases and do your own thing.
Yeah.
Amen.
Most definitely. I received that and I appreciate it. Most definitely.
So last but not least, let's talk about this song and this music, man, and then we're gonna introduce it to the people.
Okay. Hey, let's go. What you want to know? Tell
Hey,
me.
tell us about who wrote it, what is it about,
Who produced it?
who produced it, all those good things. When you sung it in the
Right.
studio, was it live? Was it Memorex? What was it?
So Jesus, I love you. I like to go into the studio and I like to really just vibe. You just really feel what God is trying to tell me in those moments.
Hmm.
Of course, I'll have notes depending on what's going on. Like I'm actually writing a song here now, and I was recording some stuff the other day. I hear something, and I'm trying to see if I can bring it to fruition. But I wrote the song. Um, I wrote it. I co-produced it with my producer, and it's like I literally this particular song. I did this song. I recorded this song probably back in 2020, and it sat there, and I was just like, okay, because I was just still trying to navigate, figure out stuff, and I was going through a phase of God delivering me. Let's be honest,
Hmm.
delivering me because there was things that he was still removing from me.
Hmm.
One thing that I've had to learn how to do is to forgive people.
Hmm.
Um, and so in that season of COVID, God was showing me you got to start letting stuff go. You can't keep carrying all of this stuff. You're carrying too much. You're in the military. You're dealing with this. You dealing with an ex-wife. You're dealing with your kids. It was just a lot. And family. It was like you gotta let stuff go. You gotta get recentered. And so it sat there. And so when I finally went to go get the song, because me just being me, I never put it on any of my hard drives or anything like that. My producer had it. My co-producer. So when I went to go get it, his hard drive had crashed. I was just like, oh, so I was just like, well, we got to re-record the song. So I literally re-recorded the song, uh, and I was like, okay, I really want to put it out. So I recently, well, I won't say recently, about a year ago, year and some change, I re-recorded it, and was trying to figure out a plan on how to do it or whatnot. And this actually, like my music that I've recorded, was actually the music that I want to say the music that my grandfather was able to listen to all of the music that I have recorded prior to him passing.
Wow.
So, it just means a lot more to me in this season,
Hmm.
just life, just family.
Hmm.
I mean, I've always been a family man or whatever, but it's just more impactful. And so I want to make sure that whenever I'm doing music that I'm able to really highlight who God is. And you take that as an individual, as a listener, and you make it fit for who you are and what you have going on in your situations. And when I'm talking about God, I get excited.
Yeah.
So, you have the days of Elijah, I re-recorded that and did a version of it because I've been singing it for so long, and I got other songs, Heart Cry and Amazed and all of this stuff. But if you listen to my music, I'm always talking about God, always making sure that he's my focal point.
Hmm.
And I get excited when I talk about him because I really began to concentrate on his goodness
Hmm.
and who he is. So I wanted the song to just speak about him. And I'm like, well, let me write a love song to Jesus and to God
Hmm.
and to who he is, excuse me,
Hmm.
to me. And the song came about, and then I was trying to figure out, like, I had some people that I was trying to put on it, and nothing ever came to fruition. And I was just like, what am I gonna do? I'm like, I think I need somebody else on the song to give it a different, vibe and make sure that it's not churchy, but it's not just humdrum or stuff like that or whatnot. And so Dad was like, well, hey, let's get with Leak. And I was just like, okay, cool. And so what people don't know is Leak is actually my cousin. So Leak Go Hard, who is featured on the song, is my cousin. And then my co-producer is my other cousin. So it's a family affair. So,
Wow.
I was very excited to just work with family
Hmm.
and, to do what we did.
Hmm.
And to see us all in different aspects of our lives, still able to come together and create music and really talk about God. So it's been fun. It's really been fun. Like this process has really been fun. Because initially, I went to Dad. I said, "Hey, let me go to the studio and record a song. If you don't like it, this is at the beginning of the pandemic. I was like, if you don't like it, I'll do music the way that you want it." Because we were at a
Creative
fork in the
rewind.
road, and I
Yeah.
was just like, what we gonna do? Because I'm like, he wasn't listening to me, and I wasn't trying to hear nothing he was saying.
Right. 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 Right.
And so I brought one of the songs back, and he was like, "Oh," he was like, "This is you." I was like, "Dad, who else would it be?" He was like, "Well, I ain't never heard you do that." I said, "Cause you never give me the opportunity to do it."
Right.
And he was like, "Oh, you can sing." I was like, "Dad, I can really hear stuff, and I have stuff in my mind." I'm like, "I just need the opportunity to put it
Right.
down." You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And he
Right.
was like, "Okay." He said, "Yeah, going back to the studio," and I was like, "Thank you."
Uh, see,
So it's just been good. It's been a
That's
good
awesome.
process.
wait a minute, Robert, I can see the movie right now. He come in, Dad got is in the chair with a light over his head. Dad, I want to go to the studio.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
telling you, I was
if
just
you
like, I
don't
want to
like it,
do it.
if you don't like it, then
But
so
but
then
that
wait,
but
what's
that's
this,
good.
Robert,
The
Robert,
process is
Robert,
good.
Robert, Robert. Then he go to the studio
Yeah.
and he said, "Let me get my boys. Let me call my cousin. Hey, cuz, look, I got a hot one here. Come on in, come on in." Then he come back, he
I'm
pop it
trying
to
to
his
tell you.
daddy, pop it to his daddy,
Yeah,
and
that
dad
that
said, "Ooh, that."
that'll have to be a part of the story. If the Lord so decides to make things even greater. When I look back, I do a lifetime story. Be like, hey, that was the beginning of this particular season, and me stepping out even further. So yeah, I'm with it. Let's get to the movie. Where are the people at? I need the
Yes.
movie.
Yes, yes. Well, man, we appreciate your time and we thank
Yes,
you
we
for
do.
sharing with
Well,
us.
no,
We're
I thank
godly
you
proud
guys
of
so
you.
much.
Yes.
Tell me your mama's
Yes, we
first
thank
name.
you. My mom's first name is Carolyn.
Okay, so we getting ready to introduce Carolyn's baby
Carolyn's
boy.
boy.
Carolyn's baby boy, because we gonna make him cry today.
Yes.
But yes,
That's my mama. That's my
yeah,
mama.
introduce the song, brother. And we gonna play it for the people.
What's going on, you guys? This is Asaun Bynum, and you are about to hear my new single, Jesus, I Love You, featuring Leak Go Hard. I hope it blesses you. Put it in your playlist and keep on loving on God.
right here on God Radio 1.
.com.